that that confidence, but also understanding that there seems to be from his teammates. Of just like, yeah, we know it's new, but like, you know, I've kind of done this before with other mids. We're gonna do our best to enable you. And I said it was the first time casting. I actually did cast this series, just EG, and they did a good job of that. Obviously, they took one game, which was huge for them, and I'm sure very intimidating for A team because A team are already coming into this looking at these names, and they've already had some tough matches so far, and now going up against Sadboys, who took a game off of EG. You know, this. Once you're this far into the league, you really got to get the W's.
Yeah, and I mean, I think realistically, you look at a team like A-Team, and you're not expecting them to compete for the top 2. If anything, they're competing to try and not get relegated. They want to be in that middle of the pack.
I do like this off-lane Snapfire, though, as we heard Jenkins and Sunfan kind of alluding to here. It's the Shard. Not something a lot of people are going for at all. This is not the hot mid or a hot off lane, you know. It's like the Underlords and the Vipers, some Leshraks here and there. I'm not seeing Snapfire anywhere else across the DPC.
Yeah, this is very much like a last patch kind of thing where the Axe Rush was such a big thing. We're gonna see some aggression up top, but Jug just gonna blade free his way out of there. PPD playing the Treant Protector. 75th game on Treant.
Dude, who else could be #1 but Goblak, though? Like, when was the last time Goblak played a pro game and he still is #1?
That's I mean, he's a good 25 plus games away from him. That's, you know, PPD's got some catching up to do. I guess PPD came in late, whereas Goblak's been playing since, like, TI1.
Okay, he got the mana burn. I was wondering how that was, like, the most damaging right click ever, but nice finish up top there.
No. So Moo and Snake can get off to a good sign. This is something PPD mentioned as well. He kind of expected them to maybe outdraft their opponents, and as a result, come out of the laning stage with an edge. And so far, we're seeing at least a little bit of that up top.
And down bottom, this looks all right. You know, Peter knows his thing. Like, yeah, they're gonna cut all your trees. This is the life of Treant players. People got really smart versus this hero. It actually, the difference between playing a pub where someone does this and they don't is just so stark. It's like, but Peter knows in a competitive match, this is happening every single time.
Yeah, it's about getting the most out of the lane despite it, and that's something I imagine PPD is, you know, you play high level IMMR NA pubs and everyone's cutting your trees, so done a good job securing TPCS.
Thank you, Noxel.
3 years ago.
I had strats, man. That was like ABBA tree every time, right?
Yeah.
With Weaver, OD. Ugh.
He was like the original 5-man Death Bowl kind of specialist.
Oh no, Rises, you're gonna live, but your courier. Oh, nice. The tree's cut. Oh no, he might crit it back the wrong way.
Oh boy.
All right, the boar lives.
You gotta mic to the thing like a hero juking through the trees. So has that early point in healing ward for some sustain, but constant pressure on the Jug. Even though he's got 15 CS, it feels like he's, you know, always kind of on the back foot and being forced to bring out more regen here.
Meanwhile, the mid lane, it's Clockwerk's Invoker, so things will just kind of even out a lot of times. But I mean, 18-4 for Prince. He's thinking about grabbing an Orb of Venom, perhaps, too. Maybe think about that Corrosion. Wants to start getting a little bit of pressure onto DNM.
I like this bottom lane because it looks like it's Night Stalker versus Big Night Stalker. Whenever Metamorphosis bombed.
I didn't know where you were going with that, but you're right, actually.
Really, this just looks like a Night Stalker with like BKB and slightly more demonic. But
yeah, if you were new to Dota and you saw this, you'd be like, why would I ever pick the small guy? This guy is just like it's his dad or something.
Yep. Fear is being able to secure CS pretty easily whenever Metamorph is up. When it goes down, that's when they've been able to pressure him a bit. Elsewhere, Sabo is rotating towards this middle lane, trying to collapse a bit on DNM, but this rotation has been scattered out by an Observer Ward, so I don't imagine it's going to lead to much.
Yeah, I always see this as kind of the downside to the position for Shaman. Hey, at least he knows he's going to at least get to the gold before the obs will expire anyway, but a lot of Shadow Shamans being picked up lately, and this is one area where he really suffers. Like, you can't really initiate on the mid.
Yeah. I think, you know, he's going to look back and probably think, yeah, I probably should just stay bottom, because that was while TP didn't have Metamorph up, so you should theoretically be pressuring him a little bit.
Yeah, or maybe like trying to find poles or something.
Yep. Sneyking will get away, the cookie helping disjoint the Blade Fury. And this Clockwerk looked all right. I think pretty much, not a hero we've seen a lot of, but it feels like picked up kind of as a way to deal with the Nyx, both in lane as well as just the game in general.
Yeah, double melee supports too, so yeah, you get some options throughout the game.
Oh, top lane, they've found Rises. The mana burn, early point in that coming into play once again with the double nukes from the Snapfire. This Jug is having a rough time.
Yeah, I mean, they just got a Bassi on the Nyx, and they're just spamming him over and over. And spin can only do so much for you. This has also been another common theme of these Jugs, too, where, like, you see them just spinning and trying to survive and everything, but eventually it's just not enough. You can't sustain the mana.
You never feel good in lane if you're only using your spin to, like, run away back to safety to your tower. You always want to be trying to use it to play aggressive.
Oh, and Sneyking almost just a little bit too late there. Could have maybe even had a play potentially off that tornado. But Prince up to level 6 now. Maybe thinking he could get a rotation mid, and there it is. It's Zabo.
Zabo with the early smoke, the one-man smoke in his boots. Can they get this kill? Maybe.
A little further.
Wanting some Jingu charges first, it looks like as well. Oh no, the tornado EMP. He's actually maybe set himself up for a turnaround here. Prince goes in aggressively, gets the Jingu stacks up. He needs to lifesteal, but PPD shows up with the living armor, as does Sneyking with a perfect impel, and they'll turn this around, getting 1 kill and probably 2. Zabo, nowhere to run. DNM picks up the urn, so if they get this kill, it's going to be urn charges. That's why DNM kind of doubled back. They just need 1 more stun to land, and they'll get it. Great play from Sneyking and PPD.
He saves. Level 4 tree too has 2 points in living armor, so DNM doesn't have to go anywhere, especially because he's Clockwerk, so HP's basically back at this point. And he can even get aggressive now, as he's pointing out with the cold snap and the urn. So yeah, be careful of this TP back in, bud.
Yeah, he just died and won't have a TP if he goes down here, but gets his backup TP, but even though he doesn't die there, that's so much pressure on him. He throws a Boundless Strike just to try and deal with the creep wave, but this Siege Creep is going to get at least some good damage onto the mid-tier 1.
Yeah, and that costs them nothing, right?
Yeah, an urn charge, but he's still got an urn charge left when they do want to go for a kill. And back at top, Rises getting pressured is going to Blade Fury to get aggressive, but instantly realize he's going to back off because Sneyking shows up, and yeah. Hits the Impale. Are they going to go for this kill? The Clockwerk is kind of deterring Moo.
Yeah.
And is going to force Moo to just cookie out of the cog. So well played by old Yoda to keep Rises alive.
Yeah, if Moo's able to freely alternate that, but ooh.
Solo kill. Behind the tower, gets the solo kill, didn't actually get turn charges, so...
He got him with the tornado. Like max range, that's why he didn't get it.
Yeah. And Rises will chase down Sneyking. That's a killing spree ended. It has the healing ward, which instantly gets sniped by Moo, unfortunately, but a much needed kill for this Juggernaut.
Got the lone one for his team now, but hey, come face, level 1 soon, and looks like he's aiming for a Maelstrom this game versus the TB, so he doesn't really have a lot of options. And speaking of TB, Fear's already running through the jungle because that's just faster, especially at nighttime. Don't want to have to deal with the TheBloodySky.
And Treant's one of the better heroes for defending that safe lane tier 1, like Treant's Coddles, these kind of heroes just totally happy to sit down there and risk their lives to keep the tower alive.
Yeah, Tree's got a lot better at this in the past couple years, I guess, of reworks and everything, where now you can just like walk through the trees at these early levels and just throw out these Nature's Grasps. It's only level 2, and it's still enough to help clear out these creep waves.
Oh. Back in some of these other lanes, DNM trying to pressure the tier 1 mid tower, but creep's getting dragged off, and now Prince seems to be one of the perhaps losers of the laning stage. Couple of deaths, and he has fallen behind quite significantly in terms of farm. Doesn't really have a good home as far as where he should go to right now.
He was looking all right too, but yeah, DNM kind of turned it on, and of course had the rotations. There you go, something there with the mischief. Dodge the damage, but still lose the mana.
Well, yeah, now that the Invoker has all these levels, you can't really get up in his face and try build up those Jingu stacks. You're just forced to play defensively, farm creeps under your tower. And
Rise is onto something here. They got the smoke.
Yeah.
There is an obs here though, so instantly he's gonna get scapegoats for this.
I'm not sure. I mean, and even if this works, this is again just that 5 position whose job really is just to keep this tower alive as long as possible. If you lose this tower, it's not the end of the world.
And they'll make the mirror move up top, even smoking there too. As Sneyking moves up with Fear, so top tower is definitely going down. I'm not so sure about the bottom one. Okay, well, they're gonna pop the
yeah. That's how you make sure it goes down, but he can't use the Void or PPD's gonna TP out here, so TheBloodySky forced to chase him down. Top lane, meanwhile, they get the kill on the Clockwerk. It's like you say, the kind of mirror play. PPD's just wasting this Night Stalker's time. And, you know, does a good job of it. There is a creep wave on the tier 1 tower, but it's the top tier 1 tower that's going down much faster.
And Sneyking will have 6 here too, so he could theoretically TP down bottom and set something up.
Yeah, he does just that. He TPs, it's now daytime as well, so Sneyking, you know, he's not too afraid for his life under this tower, throws an impale which won't land. The tier 1 still being just right-clicked. Rises and BloodySky really want this one. Healing Ward doesn't get right-clicked. Sneyking's got to be careful. He's been hit by the boundless strike.
Oh, he got greedy.
Yeah.
That was so greedy. I mean, I don't blame him. I guess that ward... Oh, the ward was actually still up. I guess he just thought he had more time.
Yeah, they didn't have any detection, but he kind of got chain stun there when I guess he was hoping to just Vendetta out of there.
Yeah.
But not the end of the world, because elsewhere, not just the tier 1 top, but the tier 1 mid is being pressured. So A-team recognizing this is like, you know, we can't lose more towers. They're smoking mid, they want to fight. But Invoker, very high fury to engage into right now. Hook shot, gonna lead the way, goes in on Moo, the Tornado MP's gonna bail Moo out, and I think they should be able to turn on old Yoda. That's a support Clockwerk who is level 6, but is gonna pay the price for some over-aggression.
I think Yoda need to click his allies there. Like, Monkey King's level 8, and Night Stalker doesn't have ulti. So, like, who's jumping in with you there, friend?
Yeah, as we saw, he did not have much in the way of backup.
Yeah.
You know? It was very much a desperation, like, we're not allowed to lose our mid-tier 1 tower, you know? We have 4 heroes smoking here, surely we can defend this, right?
Yeah, I mean, Prince is just like picking, like, Wukong's command, not learned. It's like, this is not me, man.
Well, it's still a pretty even game when you look at the net worth. So even though A-team have lost their mid-tier 1 tower, they've done a decent job of keeping their Jug farmed. He's on par with the Terrorblade. Has a Maelstrom coming out, so...
Yeah.
Where Sadboys go with this?
A lot of this is because of the TheBloodySky. Is just, you know, he has the gap over Moo, whereas you have DNM with the gap over Prince there. So that's kind of where our lanes wound up. And thinking about the Blink, really like that versus like the Nyx Assassin, kind of get in the back line. Obviously the Invoker too. Like hop right on top and go for the silence. One of the cooler things about Night Stalker, like, he'd be such a hard hero to make work, even though he is like very straightforward. But one thing that I really like is the itemization of just anything.
We're gonna see that Night Stalker go charging in. It's gonna find Snaking's Nyx. This feels like a really tough Nyx game, playing against what I would consider some of the harder counters in Night Stalker as well as Clockwerk.
Yeah, I would agree.
Moo, meanwhile, Invis under the tower. They have sentries, but do they know he's here? Doesn't seem like that's the case. BloodySky gonna go charging forward, try and see what he can find there. He's forced off on Invoker, though.
Yeah, Cookie Tornado and then TB. We could try it.
BloodySky gets out of the EMP, so does still have all of his mana, but daytime hits and the tower gonna get taken by Rises with a Blade Fury. He cancels the TP, though. Sneyking may just chase him down. He's got an Impale here, but the Sentry is going to scout him out. The Impale hits before the Omni Slash. Can he get the Omni Slash off? It looks like he will. He may pay the price for this one. He's going to go get 1 kill and then get brought down by the Moo Snapfire, but at least gets the 1 kill before he dies.
Yeah, BloodySky getting out of the EMP is actually massive. If he gets hit by that, he actually just loses all his mana.
Dire's courier has been killed.
And that is really bad for Night Stalker. You need every point when you're kind of fishing for a potential engagement like that. And force that first for the Invoker after the Urn.
It's gonna find Zabo. Just for the Clockwerk, do you think, or?
Yeah, it's just, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it's Clockwerk and Monkey King and the Night Stalker Silence. It's just, like, kind of perfect, this game.
Yeah, makes sense, and we'll see where he looks to go next. Definitely the, you know, they have a lot of ways to deal with the Clockwerk now, between the Cookie as well as the Force Staff.
Yeah, there's actually not a lot of safe commitments onto DNM at all, too. Like, when you think about the fact that there's still going to be the Treant as well with the Living Armor, and that's not anything that's, like, tick-based or, like, you know, instance-based anymore. It's just, like, straight-up flat armor and heal, which is really nice versus Night Stalker.
Yeah, it feels like they're going to have a tough time dealing with DNM's Invoker. Like, they can't just blink on him with a Night Stalker when he can just kind of Force Staff away and throw a Tornado.
Yeah, it kind of feels like they need to, like, either hook him and then follow up after that with the Shadow Shaman spells, or just like get the Shaman jump or the Monkey jump or something.
And very much a game where you can't just hook and cogs him inside. You're gonna have to go for those cogs pushbacks.
Yeah, you gotta make some slick plays there. And then the whole time you're trying to deal with him, there's gonna be Fear standing somewhere nearby.
Yeah, do you think they have? I mean, they picked up like a double carry lineup with Jug, Monkey King, but none of their heroes were like the suggested, you know, like Zeus type counters to TP. Are they gonna be able to out carry a TP this game? Do you feel?
I wouldn't have very high hopes. You know, I mean, Jug is kind of crazy in some ways with like some of his new shards and Omni Slash and stuff. So I could see like the Maelstrom and everything doing some work, but I think the Jug's gonna have to try and keep like really close to TV. Like if Fear keeps pulling away further and further, then it's gonna be very difficult.
PPD with the overgrowth miss. A rare mistake from him.
Was he trying to max out the duration of the TP? I wasn't even looking.
Yeah, he was just TPing out underneath the ward, and PPD's like, okay, he just kind of held the overgrowth for the last second of the TP and just mistimed it.
Must have been that ping, you know. The NA ping. He's playing too many Europe
yeah,
pubs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, they'll get a kill on old Yoda. Just a 5 position here, but
Dead he is.
not a massive commitment, just the Mortimers, but that may prevent them from taking a team fight now. But considering both Overgrowth and the Mortimers are on cooldown, I imagine Sadboys are happy just to play the farm game, wait for Terrorblade to get an item or two, get his Manta style up at least, maybe.
Damage.
This kind of reminds me of the game earlier where Gunnar was playing the puck and he's just like, he's so desperate to go and like make plays happen or something. The TheBloodySky is sort of in that same vein, right? Like it's nighttime, you have Blink, I want to fight. Does anyone even want to fight with him right now? Jug's trying to finish out that Mjolnir, so he actually feels like he can do something versus the TB. And his best bet is Yoda for sure. So they're gonna smoke at the Night Stalker, but I mean, you're dire, you go play bottom. Not gonna be a whole lot to gain down here, unfortunately.
Yeah, when you've got those 2 greedy farming cores as an offlaner, sometimes it does feel like not the best as far as what you can do. And he's rushed to Blink, so it's kind of, you know, this unfortunate situation where he's ready to go and his teammates kind of less so, but they are smoked up trying to take a fight. So
yeah, their courier's running right through the wards though, so they knew exactly where they were.
Is under attack. Dire's top tower is under
This is very greedy.
Radiant structures
he's
are fortified.
trying to keep that tower alive. Pumps the glyph for the multi-shot. That's going to try and take out the siege wagon, but Dire themselves are going to glyph. Drop the serpent ward underneath the siege tower. Hookshot coming in. The Monkey King going to drop the Wukong. PPD is still alive, and with the backup from Moo with the mech, he's actually being healed up, and Fear's there with the Metamorph. No escape for old Yoda. They're going to get both the Clockwerk and the Night Stalker and deal with the serpent wards. Perfectly played, while Fear's TP illusion up top managed to take out a tier 2 tower. So great defense from Sadboys.
They just got pressured to, like, they felt like they had to do something or this game's just slipping away from them, which is partially true, but forcing it like that is just never going to end well.
And I think they feel like, you know, they are the underdog team. They're going to have to play aggressive. They can't just get into this kind of slow, methodical farm game. That's kind of like the PPD classic back on like the old AG squads. And, you know, you see some of the remnants today where it's like, let's just out-farm our opponents. We know we're better and we're going to win late game. So it feels like A-Team are pressured into making these aggressive moves when maybe they don't need to, because they have got 2 very good scaling carries.
It almost felt like they know that's the right move. Like when you're dire and you kind of feel that pressure coming, you're supposed to go play bottom, but it almost feels like they didn't know how to do it right. Like, I don't know. The smoke was like a little bit off, and now, I mean, Prince is now right back up here, thinking that we've drawn the attention at bottom. Maybe I can get some space up top, but DNM is all over him with the Spirit Vessel.
Dire's bottom tower
Prince,
is under attack.
It's good.
Is he going to make it out? Okay. Gets out. Sneyking not there in time to stop the TP. We'll get jumped on by TheBloodySky here with the Clockwerk coming in with a hookshot. Sneyking should be going down. The force up from DNM maybe going to bail Sneyking out. He's got the living armor as well for a little bit longer, but numbers favoring A-Team as Moo shows up with the Mortimers just raining fire from above, but not sure what the plan is here. Poking down to the low ground in the river. Gets himself a bit further away with the living armor. He's still alive for a little bit longer, but the Blade Fury and the Urn Charge, the Overgrowth. Oh, PPD keeps him alive, and yeah, you mentioned Rises.
He tried to get greedy. He tried to save it on the Omni.
It's the healing ward onto the high ground, and it looks like Sadboys is going to back off for now.
That's rough. I mean, I don't blame him because it looked like it was maybe going to be easy with just the spin. So like you understand why, but that's frustrating when like the kill just like slips away from you when, you know, you're just thinking how it seems like you kind of have to get whatever you can on the map and then you just let a free one go.
Yeah,
sitting under an off sentry here.
Off it feels.
That's only Ghostwalk too. That's not smoke. So they see him.
Alright, make a play into Omni. It's, you know, a little game of charades there, pretending you can't see him, and now with TP rocking up, they're going to fight this one without the Invoker, it looks like. TP doesn't have an ultimate to keep rising in place. Monkey King going to go with the Wukong's command. Sneyking sets up some nice stuns with the Carapace, and that's going to lead to a couple of kills here as TheBloodySky. I don't think you can deal with the Terrorblade. No damage for the Night Stalker, who's just going to back off, pick up a bounty rune, and get the hell out of there.
That does not feel good to lose a fight where you ward trap the TB on the low ground. Like, that actually looked okay. At least he was blocked off. You know, it seemed like maybe he had something, a Wukong's command, but not enough. And he's only had one Terrorblade win. Huh.
Yeah. I mean, Fear's carry play back in the day was much more about that kind of like aggressive fighting style carry, you know, the gyrocopter type carry. He never played these hard carries quite as much, but definitely doing a pretty flawless performance so far this game.
All right, Imp Claw, nice. They had some good neutrals at least. I saw Stone and Imp Claw. I hope Clockwerk's taking that Stone. He's taking that Philosopher's Stone.
How do you rate the Growth Bow and Jug? It's actually, you know, I don't think it's actually that terrible.
That makes a lot of sense with the Mjolnir build, that's for sure. That's kind of awesome, actually. Because that's going to activate during your Omni Slash.
ENM is sitting on the Jug, but Jug gonna Blade Fury TP his way out of there. And without PPD here to cancel it, I think that's the only cancel they have, yeah. We're gonna see a team playing back in the top lane. I think they realized that was a smoke move down bottom, so they're gonna look to reclaim their own jungle here. Get some D-wards down, and fortunately the only hero up here is PPD's Treant, who has proven time and time again how difficult to kill he can be.
Yeah, he's playing this classic annoying Treant. Mostly Zayat's doing it these days, frankly. Like, he's really taken the mantle of the big Treant player. Constantly banned whenever I see him in a match. Peter, always one more for the blinks than the hammers.
Roche is going. They're sending the Fort Spirit in. They're going to drop the Mortimer's Kisses. They scatter with the Courier as well. Big damage coming in. TheBloodySky getting incredibly low. The Tornado just going to narrowly miss. That's going to keep TheBloodySky alive, who's got an ultimate in this couple of seconds here. Sneyking, caught by the Shackles, doesn't have a Carapace until it wears off, and now he may survive his way through this one for the BKB Monkey. One Sneyking won't get him, though, and Sadboys have done a great job of stopping this Roche. It's incredibly low. They want to chase and get the Night Stalker, and with a perfect catch from Peter, gets him with the slow, lead to a couple more kills, and Prince is in alone. He may have a Wukong's command, but he's 1 versus 5 and gets obliterated. Outplayed by Sadboys.
Yeah, the Snakes are not up to helping that situation. Unfortunately, the Night Stalker not having the buyback either. And I'm not sure if he just like didn't see his right moment or if he lost all his mana, but he did not get his ulti off. So, I mean, honestly, I don't think it would have made much of a difference, but just about how that fight went.
Yeah. First thought it looked like Monkey was going to just BKB ultimate, but then Sadboys, the second they saw that BKB, they just disengaged.
Yeah.
I know. A-Team just didn't have a good way to force them to keep fighting, it felt like.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, the Shackles on Nyx somehow didn't kill him as well, so just a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah, it really is the worst Nyx game ever, too. Like, we see so many games with the Shaman's getting picked to counterpick him as well. Like 5 heroes that he basically can't deal with.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Snaking's made the best of it. He's 5 of the 7 deaths, which is no real surprise considering how hard this game is for him. But he's going to step on Rises down bottom, the Impale into EMP. Ooh, that was so close to working. That Cold Snap almost bought enough time for the EMP to hit, but he just barely gets the Blade Fury off.
Bit of relief there. Yeah, it looks like the EMP also took out his Omni in the last fight too, so that would have been 2 in a row where Invoker really ruins him.
Here we go. A-Team, they've mentioned they're not a team to just sit around and wait for their opponents to get a 20k gold lead. They're making the aggressive play here, smoking up. They've got the BKB rush on Prince, so he's ready to go. TheBloodySky has his ultimate, the Dark Ascension, and they're going to catch Moo here.
Show the power of the Shard, Moo.
Yep, Snaking's nearby. Moo pushes him back.
Right, actually?
He's still surviving his way through this for now. Moo gets caught in the cogs now. He's actually surviving. He's broken his way out of the cogs. There's certain ones there now as well. The Wukong's Moo is so goddamn taking. The Greaves come back up. He can't kill this guy. Oh, and he's going in aggressive now. Cookies forward with old Yoda. And Clockwerk going to go down. Prince trying to fight inside the Wukongs, but once again, he just doesn't have the sustainability, and A-Team just get destroyed. They'll cut their losses, but their losses is their carry, their mid, as well as a Clockwerk, so
Yeah, they waited so long to go for the crippling fear. Like, I wasn't expecting the shard to do anything because I thought that they would just silence when they saw him, but they like waited and tried to like draw it out a little bit. And then at that point, he got like close to the tower. He stunned them up. It gave more time for rotations, and Sadboys just cleaned them up once again.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Maybe considering going high ground now. Here, pushing the top lane, does have Metamorph. They will be respawning, so they're going to be doing this with about a couple minutes left on their Aegis here, so they figure they may as well poke away at the high ground with Metamorph.
Fear?
Dire's top tower.
The queued up shard? I don't think I've seen this one yet. Everyone always goes to the eggs. Some Demon Zeal, perhaps? Thank you, Ice Frog, for another great name in a cast, by the way. Just saying.
The synergy with the Satanic, you know, you lose some health and you just gain it right back. Rise!
Dire's top tower.
Youch.
Alright. Guys, I can confirm the Terrorblade does in fact hit pretty hard. Just so you guys know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, you know, I think they're showing those TP stats are perhaps a little bit misleading. Metamorph will be wearing off soon, but no Jug alive. See if Fear looks to continue to threaten here. With an Aegis, he may as well try and force a fight, it feels like.
And the scary thing is it's only because his courier is dead he doesn't have that Satanic right now.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Got the tier 3 tower, and it looks like they're just going to back off after that, so... Respecting the fact that Jug is respawning and Metamorph is still on cooldown.
Oh, Yoda, not again.
No. E&M has the cold snap.
Oh, look.
His
He's
spirit vessel.
blocking the saving hookshot with the illusion.
Oh, nice. Well,
Oh, I thought they were going to go chase after it. Oh, I thought Sneyking was following
Dire's
it.
bottom tower
GG.
is under attack. Dire's bottom tower
dead
has
Sadboys playing the objective Dota. Take the tier 1 tower, pick up their next couple of items. They get the Satanic on Fear. Has got the money for the Ag Shard. Are we going to see the Demon Zeal?
Seems wildly unnecessary. I love it. It's kind of cool with Alacrity, too. And it does, again, make a lot of sense when you have Satanic, so sure, why not? 30
And
seconds
if there's a
left on
game
the
to at
Aegis,
least
so.
get a feel for, you know, how good it is, maybe this is the game, you know. They probably feel like they've got a pretty comfortable lead.
That's true.
Here come 18 once again, making the move. They're not waiting around on their high ground. They're going aggressive. They want to fight. They don't care about the Aegis. They're much more interested in the fact that Metamorph is still on cooldown, but
It's
not
10 seconds.
longer.
They might get the time.
Yeah. Oh, and Prince is being jumped. They broke the tree. They get the cookie follow-up. Prince is dying even with the BKB. Up elsewhere on the sidelines, the Shackle going across the map on the TPD. He's still alive with a Night Stalker on top of him. He gets the Overgrowth off through the BKB.
Here goes the
Juggernaut
Aegis.
cannot catch up to PPD as well. They take out the Aegis here. Monkey King's still going to go down, though, and TP's Metamorph is about to come back up, so Fear can pop that one if he wants. They're going to go on to BloodySky with the TP Metamorph damage. This is too much to deal with. Rises in full retreat, has got a Blade Fury TP if he wants to. And elsewhere, old Yoda, well, you know, he just bought back. He's going to go charging in for the greater good, but the greater good is just a GG. And Sadboys convincingly take game 1.
Yeah, I mean, I can appreciate that in terms of a last-ditch effort, they did have the right timing, right, when the Aegis was expiring, so that is still a good sign. Some of the better small things here for 18, but it was a lot of really good